it's never enough, and we need to do more. The state needs to do more to provide money for the local school districts.
Okay.
For many years, there has been some problems on public school funding. They do not get the money they need for educational reasons, but suburban schools get the money they need from the government, but urban schools think it's not fair. This has been a problem for a long time, and we need to fix this.
For example, this school in Waukegan, Illinois, has a very low budget, as you can see. Their gym also acts as a cafeteria. Unlike this school, Stevenson High School in Illinois has a very high budget. They have a very nice theater, an Olympic-sized pool, a very comfortable library, and also a coffee shop inside their school.
This graph shows how badly our country is doing in funding.
And in fact, across Pennsylvania, we have some schools that are spending about $22,000 per student, and we have other schools that are spending about $8,000 per student. And it's driven by local property tax in the wealthy areas, which can afford, unfortunately, not unfortunately, but they can afford to spend $22,000, so they do. They get very little state support, and most of it is local. Then when there's some of the poorer areas, their local property tax, they can't drive that much money into it, so the state provides them a higher percentage of their budget, but it's
learning. The looming cuts threaten all of this. We may lose momentum from the successes that our students are building upon due to massive across-the-board cuts, the sequester. Those cuts are scheduled to take effect on March 1st, just a week and a day from now. In my school district, Hillsborough County, where my 36 students sit today, 142 schools stand to lose $3 million in Title I funding. That scares me.
When Teron began playing the violin, I really did see a difference in him. So it was horrible when his school removed it from the school district. Without the string, they don't have nothing else to look forward to but the streets.
Music's my one way to express myself. The 6th grade math, that was a year I was really struggling with having my grades up in math. And then Miss Robbins brought it to my attention and said, the grades doesn't come up, I won't be able to play cello. And that really inspired me to hurry up and bring that grade back up.
Those schools, and it's really, really scary to see some of the conditions that the students are enduring every day, and it's actually very dangerous. I'm not sure if you guys were aware of the boiler explosion in a school in Philadelphia last year, but a boiler exploded in the basement of the school and it actually killed someone who was working there. And again, that's just a major infrastructure issue due to the lack of funding, and so it can have very serious implications.
Although many people support public school funding, there are some that oppose it.
One person that opposes it is Vice President-elect Mike Pence, who is basically saying that if the government uses their money for their state schools, the state of Indiana would look bad.
Also, Trump's pick for Secretary of Education, Betsy DeVos, opposes it. She wants to provide more money for private schools and charter schools. This means that these types of schools will get more money than public schools in the future.
And if confirmed, will you insist upon that equal accountability in any K-12 school or educational program that receives federal funding, whether public, public charter, or private?
I support accountability.
Equal accountability for all schools that receive federal funding.
I support accountability.
Okay, is that a yes or no?
I support accountability.
Do you not want to answer my question?
I support accountability.
Okay, let me ask you this. I think all schools that receive taxpayer funding should be equally accountable. Do you agree with me or not?
Well, they don't. They're not today.
But I think they should. Do you agree with me or not?
Well, no, because...
You don't agree with me. Let me move to my next question.
What do we want to happen?
By making sure the government gives more money to public schools, by pulling out money from things that we don't need to focus on, like the military.
All schools should get a fair amount of money instead of one school getting more money than the other.